Hey everybody, welcome to Carriage Play Suikoden 2, and we're going to watch the intro cutscene thing here real quick. Konami Computer Entertainment presents Suikoden 2.
It's not a good font for all caps, I don't think.
That resolution. Showing us our main characters. Joe, can you imagine playing games that one day look as good as this CG?
If anybody in the listening audience doesn't know, and I don't know why you would, this is my very favorite game of all time. And Carriage Play's first extended Let's Play.
Yeah, so this is going to be built into a series, and we'll kind of get into like a big lore dump about it here after the intro. Setting the mood with music, with visuals.
Do you know who writes the music for Suikoden 2?
Miki Higashino?
Higashino. Miki Higashino. Most people don't know that. Even people who claim to be video game historians.
I feel like that's calling out somebody, but we don't need to get into that.
I'm okay.
What else has she done?
Suikoden 1.
Oh. Big catalog, huh?
No, yeah, it's a small library of music. But impactful. But supposedly, she's Nobuo Uematsu's favorite composer.
Interesting. Dropping facts. So in the intro thing here, it's getting upbeat.
Yeah.
Pulling it in, it's not all dark. We have fun here.
We're reaching a crescendo here of excitement.
True.
Look at that.
Spoilers, bro. So yeah, I guess this playthrough is gonna go.
You were saying?
This playthrough will go through, and we'll probably even, because we both played it before, end up spoiling some certain scenes ahead of time, and unintentionally so, because let's get into this, Joe. The sort of, you know, like at the beginning of a lot of RPGs, there's like a giant exposition dump of just like, wow, this is really boring, and like, just let me get into the meat of it.
Right.
I kind of want to do one of those for our episode. Because I think that this is going to be a little bit...
that thing we hate? Let's subject our listeners to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm all about, man. So, like, just to get into... I think, not to sound pretentious here, but we want to get this... We want this to be a little bit more than a Let's Play. Because we're coming to this with other motivations than just playing Suikoden 2 through again.
Right. We want to study it. Currently, Jacob and I have, and this is for years now, been throwing around this idea of a Suikoden-inspired role-playing game, and we just every weekend we just talk about it. We talk about characters. We talk about world building. We're gonna deep dive into Suikoden 2 and like play it and like pick it apart and find out what is it that makes this game so amazing, or the series so amazing. You know, what are the aspects we want to incorporate into our own design?
So
because we're not gameplay designers, we were just doing a lot of world building, but like, so how is this going to be implemented into a product, a game?
So as we go along, we'll probably, hopefully, be looking at it with a little bit more of a critical eye, looking at things like animations, looking at how dialogue is written, how the story is told, how choices are made and events unfold, and for inspiration and guidance in our own endeavors, and like to as the series goes on with our own preferences that may change to lean more heavily into analysis, or may lean more heavily into entertainment, and then also with your guys' input as well, like telling us what you prefer, what you like as the series goes on.
But I mean, base level, like we're here for ourselves, and we're for our own sort of knowledge, like so that we better understand it. And if you were along for the ride, then thanks. But
so we're put with a title or a name selection screen here. They don't have like a name already inputted like some input already like some games.
Are there enough characters for Carriage?
Carriage. Well, we could do like a.
Are you gonna do lowercase?
Yeah. We could do like a nickname like Carrie for Carriage Away.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I like it.
Like Carrie.
Yeah.
Personally, I always like to put my own name when I'm like playing through something like this by myself, because it sort of makes me
immersive. You
yeah,
silent
more
protagonist. Yeah.
But I like doing a compromise here for the channel. Yes.
That little guy's getting real dizzy. Do we have any? Let's check.
Great animations. Oh, well, loaded something, it seems like. Oh, no. Just checking. Maybe
do you not have a slot?
I'm a little nervous about PlayStation buttoning out of here in case it like stalls the recording, but we'll do it. Assign slots. Konami. It's Konami slot 1.
Okay. Is that...
Oh, no. Okay, I'll set it to slot 1.
Okay.
Slot 1.
Um,
This one's further. Yeah, this one maybe level 60.
Had Kong played Suikoden?
No, this isn't. This is me. Probably.
Okay, right.
I'm sure that Kong didn't put in 20 hours on this PlayStation. All right.
Okay.
Load this file.
Yes.
All right. So like this sort of gives you access to another quest line later in the game, if you load your Suikoden 1 file.
A complete Suikoden 1 file.
So, and we don't know what that file is, if it is complete or not, but
Cross your fingers.
turn up the volume for us.
Love the panning shot.
Showing a living camp with living people doing all their work.
I think that's important. I think if in our game, a lot of custom animations of people just living. And just real quick before we start.
Yeah, I mean that's just what we're doing. If you're already bored by us like stalling all the time, get used to it.
Yo, come on, bro.
Dude, bro, get used to it.
I'm just so in love with the idea of like going into a world through a video game that has existed before you got there and will exist after you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And these custom animations of the Boy Scouts in the camp going about the business, like that's everything I'm about.
Yeah, I mean it's like the pixel art version of what like The Witcher 3 does. Like you roll through a town in The Witcher 3 and you see somebody cleaning their boots and you see somebody sharpening their sword, and it's like we saw all of that here in this beautiful hand done animations. I mean, I know,
it's pixel, but yeah,
pixel animations. And then like even here, like this scene sets up, walking, and there's the animation of Carrie there putting something in her rucksack, and then being surprised at Joey, he shouldn't be here almost, or something. There's some reason why that's like a little bit shocking, or what is he putting in his bag? Why is he surprised? It's already adding a little bit of like mischievousness.
And exactly, like, and it's not a small feat. Like that's you have to budget for custom animations. Somebody had to do that, and you do it because it's important. And that small detail, although I think probably most people missed it or weren't consciously aware of it, like it's added greatly to the world. and the experience.
And I mean, even like just analyzing this scene here, something that I like is, and it's something really easy and simple, I'm sure, to do, is having the two Boy Scouts in either bed, one though turned on their side and one face down.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like a nice touch where it's sort of, it would have looked sort of simple, overly simple, if both were just facing up, like a SNES RPG, for instance, would probably show.
And that would have been easier to do, you know.
Well, I mean, probably not that much easier when you just have your...
No, but I mean, the thing is that there was an effort made for this specific reason.
Sure.
You know, it's like, just duplicate, double beds, don't worry about it. But they did it specifically to underline that they're not uniform. These kids aren't uniform. They're not really a military.
Oh, yeah.
They're goofy kids. Like one of them sleeping on his face, and snoring. Like they don't feel disciplined. And I think that's something that this sets up really well. It's like these are little boys playing war out in the woods.
So why don't you be Joey since your name is Joe?
Yeah. Carrie, you changed already? You're sure in a hurry. Me too. I thought about going back to Cairo, and I couldn't wait to get out of that uniform. Hey, Carrie, Naname is probably waiting for you to come back, huh?
Setting up characters outside of here for sort of like teasing a future
Right.
reveal. Don't need it. It's pretty obvious.
You're her only family since Master Genkaku died. If not for this war. So anyway, should we go to sleep soon? Or do you want to get some fresh air? Looks like a nice night.
So something that I also appreciate there about referencing Master Genkaku, Nanami, and then the war is without a giant exposition dump, without saying, here's the backstory of the war, here's all the major players. It first starts with a personal reason. It
Right.
says you have personal attachments and possibly people lost by this war. You don't know what happened to Master Genkaku, why there's sort of some remorse to that.
And that you only have Nanami left. Like, and the thing is, it's like, okay, that it felt like a throwaway line, but it's so important, and it delivered so much context without the exposition dump, like that we hate.
Looks like a nice night. Yeah, let's go outside. You're given a choice, of course. I think you actually can go to sleep and then it just progresses, right?
Yeah, that blows though. Okay, I'll go with you.
But I mean, once it's giving you the choice to go and hang out with Joey.
Yeah, and it's giving you the choice to be lame. Does these guys say anything?
Zzz.
I don't believe in the peace agreement with the city-state, and I'm ready to defend the kingdom with my very life. I'm happy there's a peace treaty. War is a terrible thing. I just want to go home.
I love the run animation.
I like how you read that as a Cockney baby.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like, talk about sort of this little intro thing. You choose to go outside if you want to learn more. You talk to the people if you want to learn more. And I mean, maybe that's overly putting importance on this little thing.
But I think Jacob and I have played like indie role-playing games in this pixel art style that don't get it. And we're trying to like marinate, okay, everything this game does, we want for our game, It's important to take it all in. Carrie, you changed already? If the captain finds out, he'll be mad, but I understand.
Okay, sorry everybody, there's one thing that can I open a menu? Okay, there's one thing I have to do to sync up Joe and my audio with the game, and that's just, okay, I opened up the menu, I'm on item, and I'm going to hit right to strength in 3, 2, 1. I'm hit down to formation in 3, 2, 1. Settings, 3, 2, 1. All right, sorry, I just had to do that to make it all synced up. Right.
Okay.
Joe doesn't get that.
We've done it before.
Huh? Carrie? What happened?
We can finally go home. We never went to the front line, and I'm glad.
What did you say? Those aren't the proud words of a Highland soldier from the Unicorn Brigade. Are you feeling all gushy too, Carrie? Already feel like you're back in Mommy's arms?
Those two are always arguing, but I understand both of them. But like, I think it's interesting. Like, you know, it's introducing conflict. Obviously, there's a war going on there. Some youth brigade, part of one of the side of the war, but already you can see factionalization. You know, people who want peace and people who want war.
Yeah, and people fighting over that even on a simple level and just arguing. And then you know, you obviously have that other kid that sort of breaks up the fight and also that just kind of makes you care on a more personal level about these people who, you know, may reach a tragic fate. So just a little.
I love this area.
Yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's over here? Whoa.
No,
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
So, I mean, Joey's in our party right now.
Okay.
So he's with us. We don't see him like Dragon Warrior style.
Hey, Carrie, Joey, go to sleep or the captain will get mad. Okay, no, the character introduced?
The captain?
Off the captain.
Let's see if we can go find this captain. Carrie, Joey, listen to this. It was my turn on watch tonight, but the captain said forget it. It's the peace agreement, I guess.
Uh-huh. Foreshadowing.
You two, where are your uniforms?
Sorry.
Well, I'll forgive it this time. Go back to your tent and get to sleep.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right.
He seems like a straight shooter. He seems
yeah.
cool.
I told you to go to sleep. Now get out of here.
Let's see, can you turn up the text out? Oh, yeah. Let's turn it this fast so I don't have to always press button. And then any other settings? No.
That's good.
I'm so excited. It's been over a week since I've been back. I can't wait to see my mom.
Oh.
Read that as Bugs Bunny. I'm almost done with sentry duty. Who needs a sentry this deep in the mountains anyway?
Hey, Carrie, when we get back to Cairo, me and your sister are going to, forget about it.
Okay, and that's interesting. It's like Nanami. Like, you know, it's like you can contextualize right there. It's like, you know, maybe Nanami and that boy have something.
Yeah.
Something feels weird. I could have sworn I saw something move before.
Probably
Get
just
ready
the
for
wind.
it. Get ready for it.
What? Hey!
Okay. Carrie, don't go too far. Captain Round will get mad again. Anyway, don't worry. We're going to Cairo Town tomorrow. Yeah, everything seems legit. But okay, like I'm being sarcastic, but it's sowing the seeds. It's like, okay, this is like an almost pastoral sort of scene of like a youth group camping in the mountains. But like there's an undercurrent of unease, and suddenly there's a like grown man in the woods looking. Like, we just caught him looking at the camp.
And that's like one of the creepiest things that can ever happen when you're out in the woods.
Yeah, it's like some stranger you don't know, and then they run off. Like, it was really freaky in Firewatch.
Uh-huh.
You know, it just works. It just works for me. I think it'll never not be scary.
Oh, I'm bushed. I think I'll hit the hay soon.
But like, you know, everything is like, okay, you could take it at face value, but like there's so many little things around the edges that are creeping in. It's like if you were thinking about it, you go, something is off.
Yeah, and I mean, like, Suikoden 2 is, it's like a marble statue carved to it's like every little wrinkle and crease of the fabric and clothing that is carved into that statue matters.
Right.
It all builds the believability.
Yeah, fantastic world building, and people give it, you know, too little credit. I think, you know, it's like, oh, it's a pixel art game, or it's a pixel role playing game from the '90s. We know what this is, and they miss all of these fantastic details that you just don't get most other places.
I mean, just like, man, I love the run animation, but there's something I want to point out here why I've been just standing like an idiot here. So, the flickering of the lights in the cabin, I think, is a really neat effect.
Yeah, gas lights.
Yeah, and then like the flickering of the flame and the torch here, and I like all of these things, like, for in our game, like, implementing, even though all of these things take extra work and extra time, I think that these are the attention to detail types of deals that are just very important.
And you're right about the campfire, is that not only is it like a bog standard campfire, this is a campfire that's burned down to coals. This is at the very end of the night.
Yeah.
You know, look at the torches. The torches are more or less burned out, but you can still see the embers in the torches. It is time for bed. Like, everything is reinforcing that, okay, it's time for sleep and something is wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, it's building that tension. It's like, in real life, I think anyone can, you know, relate to this. It's time for bed and something is wrong. Mm-hmm. And then, like, bedtime is this kind of sleeping is this inevitability, but like, if you feel like something's wrong, it's like that tension. It's like, it's so good.
So are we ready to go back to sleep?
Let's do it.
It's kind of interesting, you know, there's nothing like, you don't leave and you get a cutscene with Joey. You leave and you go and you talk to the people in your camp, and you get little tiny scenes and little extra context for why you're here.
Yeah, and it gave you the option to be lame and to not get it, you know. Okay, let's go to sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
You're right. I want to get back to Cairo at first light anyway. Good night, Carrie.
Joey's our partner. Bunk partner.
Surprise attack! Surprise attack? What about the peace treaty with the city-state? Did you hear, Carrie? We'd better check it out.
Yeah.
With an extra L, he'd be Jowly.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, Joey.
Captain Round, what is it?
It's a surprise attack by the city-state. They've broken the peace agreement, those scum. It looks like we're surrounded. Take to the mountain path to the east and save yourselves. Hurry!
So, if we went out exploring, what did we learn about the mountain path to the east?
Yeah, there's the weird dude there.
Yeah, there's like the guy creeping on us. And the only other way out of camp was to the west, the serene waterfall.
I think we should go to the east first, because I think there's some like interesting story building stuff that way.
Sure.
Let's run, Carrie. We can't die here. Nanami will be all alone.
Showing concern for characters outside our realm of knowing at this point.
Hey, open your eyes. Don't die on me, damn it.
Why? Got to get away. So, like, and again, we just introduced to these kids playing army in the woods, and already they're dying, and there's something about that like what would you call it, like a shuddering, like twitching animation in pixel art that just really sells pain to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like two great animations, and I can't, like, it's not like these are super overused all throughout the game, and you go, yeah, I mean,
I think is probably the only place where they're used.
I mean, we can watch out for it.
It hurts, Mommy.
Don't worry, I'll save you. We're pals, right?
It's so sad. Another great animation there, that twitching.
Yeah, and the eye blinking. Okay. Wait a minute, Carrie.
What?
What is it, Joey?
Don't you think it's strange, Carrie? The only way is through these woods. The enemy must know that too.
So also, like, making Joey sort of the smart one here, like, setting up his character later in the game as this kind of brilliant tactician, sort of above his peers. Like, everybody else is flushing out of here, but Joey is the one that shows hesitation, pause, and sort of calculates it out in his mind as what is happening, what is this?
Yes, the surroundings. It's like, okay, militarily, where would be the best place for an ambush? And he's like, don't go through there. The ambush is that way. Like, he's setting it up as somebody,
Yeah,
a tactical thinker. The enemy might be waiting in the woods to ambush us. Let's go back, Carrie. Let's tell this to Captain Round.
should we go further right, or, oop, he won't let us. All right, we'll go tell him.
Okay, this is really sad.
We can't save them, we can't help them, we can't give them a potion.
Yeah.
They're just dead.
And it's too bad, like, doing a Let's Play, we can't really hear the music.
Yeah,
But it's wonderful.
I can turn it up a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Like, that music is ominous.
And I mean-
like, it has the right tempo, you know, for anxiety.
You know, and like, just simple imagery of an arrow in the back is like the word, you know, this person wasn't even able to defend themselves, they're just shot and then in the back without even knowing it, and then collapsed. And they obviously reused that sprite, but
Yeah. I mean, as you do.
and it's an easy way to communicate that, you know. Mommy. These aren't grown men, they're crying for their mommy. Not that grown men can't cry for their mommy, but just saying.
It's just as we planned, Prince Luca. Everybody fled east through the woods. The ambush worked perfectly.
Can I be Luca Blight? But
Please.
just 1 second.
I insist.
Well, I'm not going to do him justice, but I just want to say really quick that, you know, our family's such a big fan of Suikoden 2 that our sister actually named one of her kids after Luca Blight.
Yeah.
Not a joke. Partly a joke.
I mean, she really did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, poor victims of the state's betrayal, eh? I wish I had joined the ambush. All I've had to fight lately is that old man. I'm getting rusty.
Okay, he had the quotation marks in his, like, it's like surprise attack by the city state. It's like if a custom animation of him doing like air quotes.
Yeah, the surprise attack. Route is such a scumbag, dude.
Yes, I mean, no. Prince Luca's swordsmanship is truly unmatched. My men would look like fools.
Suck up.
Yes, well, the young men served their country well enough. Now we don't need a peace treaty with those state weaklings. I'll prove that they're no match for power of Highland.
I agree, sir. With Prince Luca in command, Highland can finally earn the glory it deserves. What the hell? Okay.
How naive are we?
I think there is. It's interesting that it gave you another choice to be lame. It's like, oh no, let's see what's up.
Yeah, like
this seems legit. You know.
I mean, like, yeah, is Carrie our silent protagonist? Are we really that stupid?
So naive and yeah.
So like, let's answer that now, are we?
Like, I please don't.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
That's not. I've done it before just to see what happens. It's, embarrassing.
Let's get out of here, Joey.
You're right, Carrie. But if we go east, we'll be killed. That leaves the cliff to the north. Maybe we'll be able to escape if we climb up the cliff. Run north, Carrie.
Whoop. That was an accident. Didn't mean to tempt fate like that. The long run through the woods.
Are you okay, Carrie? You're not hurt. But why would the captain... You'll never learn the answer to that. You'll die here, victims of the state's surprise, air quotes, attack. Your future ends here. Seems like a dickhead thing to say. Captain. It's too bad. You two were promising soldiers. Now get them. Wait, why is it too bad? Because they were gonna die anyway. Okay. A little inconsistency.
No, what do you mean?
It's like, oh, it's too bad you ran this way. You were such promising soldiers.
No, I think it's too bad that you have to die. You were such
Oh,
promising
gotcha.
soldiers.
Okay.
Okay, so instantly, our first battle, and not that like we're huge battle system people, but I think it is
Suikoden works.
Yeah, it works,
And
and
you
I
don't
think
have
it's worth discussing.
Yeah, it's so smooth. Like it feels like simultaneously effortless, but if you ratchet up the tension, it's like it can accommodate high level play. It's
So, and I think something that's kind of interesting is like if this was our first look at the battle system, 4 things are highlighted, and attack is pretty self-explanatory. Defend, all of these things are explanatory, except maybe unite. You have a little confusion, so you click on it, and it's this attack against all enemies, and there is no consequence to using this. You can use this attack as much as you want.
and
Which I think is really interesting.
Suikoden does an interesting thing with unite attacks and world building. Go ahead and click the thing that the battle system builds into, or like it is adding to the world building, and that these two characters would of course have like a fancy unite attack because they're best friends,
Well, and the fact that like that unite attack did like what presumably massive damage, killed 3 people, and were left facing just 1. It shows you that together, Carrie and Joey are all the more powerful, and like in terms of battle and like future use, like you're going to be using this unite attack a lot, and that builds a strong connection to Joey, not only as a character but also as an asset in battle. He makes it way easier and way faster.
Right. Yeah. So like his presence is felt.
So anytime if he ever leaves the party, you'll really feel that loss.
But something visually too, like that I love about the Suikoden 1 and 2 is the polygonal backgrounds that the sprites exist on. There's something about sprite art on polygons that I just love.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just how old I am.
No, that's not an age thing.
That I just love that look. Damn you persistent little punks. Stay here. I'll be right back.
He's too scared to fight us.
That's interesting character building too, because this grown ass man who's supposed to be, he can't take 2 of his child subordinates in a fight.
Yeah, and like so, not only is he a snake, is he a manipulator, is he a suck up? He's also too scared to even fight us like level 2 weaklings that are under him.
Right. So I mean, and if the question is, does he have reason to be afraid? Is he just like that big of his self-preservation instinct is that, oh, he could take you, but like he might lose an eye, or like is he legitimately that weak? Or knows he's weak enough to be instantly dispatched by the 2 of us. I mean, anyway, we can't keep this up forever. Carrie, there's no other way. We'll have to jump for it. I don't remember what we'd do if we stall. I think we have to fight more.
Yeah,
dudes.
I think you keep fighting an endless wave of dudes every time you stall.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, let's get this going.
I guess there's no other way.
Okay. If we make it, but somehow get separated, let's return to the spot. That way we'll be reunited.
So this is going to be an instance where I don't want to completely spoil something like game,
But this point is important much later, and it's not even important to most of the endings. Mm-hmm. That
it is like an ending decision, though. Like
Right.
this thing,
if you remember this moment.
like, and it, so you kind of go, oh, I bet I'm coming back here in the next couple hours. No, it's playing with your expectations and sort of taking that line of if we get separated as almost be bigger than just if we get washed away in the river. If we even get separated as human beings, is if our relationship gets separated.
Or your ideologies get separated. Like this is, it's symbolic and figurative. Like it's an important moment, and I think depending on how important if you remember it, the moment's important for you. You come back here finally, and something different happens. Promise me, Carrie.
I promise. And I think those two choices, it's like, once again, it's like the Raud choice. Are we a little bit more naive to say, no, we're never going to get separated, Joey. We'll be together for life? Or are we going to say, just like, no, I promise, it might happen. We'll come back here, I swear. Let's move on. Let's do it.
And it's kind of like with each of those choices, it's not branching so much as it's seasoning. Mm-hmm. It's seasoning, like, what flavor of Suikoden do you want?
Well, and I think it's making it easier for you to inhabit this silent protagonist, because there's a lot of complaints about silent protagonists as they're boring. They can't really it's the easy kind of writing. You just have this character who isn't really a character. But I think it's a great way for me to be able to put myself into this world and really
inhabit
and care about these characters and care about what's going on.
Right.
Like, I think it's kind of dumb when people are like, trying to say like top 10 best silent protagonists, or, I don't like this silent protagonist.
Because
like,
it's always you.
And I mean, some silent protagonists are maybe better implemented into things, I guess,
Right.
is maybe what people are pulling on.
Okay,
So
maybe.
it's a little unfair, I mean, but. But I think this is a good implementation. Nice jump animation down into that crevasse. Okay, this is a really powerful scene here.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Okay, we'll shut up.
The one thing I'd like to mention, just like looking at this, all of these scenes, is it reminds me. You've seen Up, right?
Oh yeah.
And that was that first scene with the guy and his wife, like growing up together. Similarly powerful.
And like the music right here, it's just like so, give it down to the bone chills.
And yeah, we're learning a lot. We're learning about that they're expert martial artists, but they were still part of the Boy Scouts here. There's Captain Raud. He seems cool.
Yeah.
But we saw Grandpa Genkaku, or Master Genkaku, with Nanami.
Oh yeah. I mean.
And there's Joey and the hero going off to war.
I mean, like, this is.
Love this guy.
It's like, once again, it's like a visual demonstration of like the exposition dump.
Yeah.
And it's not trying to paint a grander picture of the war. It's trying to get you right into what matters in Suikoden.
And what would matter to like somebody in this position? Like the grand overarching like narrative of war doesn't matter to these children. These children, what matters to them, like their interpersonal relationships, like, you know, who my best friend is, who's my family, where I want to go. And by keeping the game on the level of your protagonist and what they should think about or care about, like that's so impactful. You know, to give a big, you know, lore dump about the war in the world and, you know, what's going on, is like that's meaningless to this kid. So why should I care? Because I am the kid. I am the silent protagonist, you know?
Before we read on, I wonder if that's kind of a good spot to end episode 1 of our playthrough, or episode 1 of Suikoden 2.
Oh, yeah.
And then kind of on a little bit more of a somber, quiet note, and pick up again on episode 2. And we'll see you guys. I don't know, like, the release schedule that we'll be doing for these episodes. If I'll just upload them all right when we got them, or if I'll try to space them out one a day or every other day or something.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about it.
So we'll talk more about that off mic. And at this point, you know, sit in tight, subscribe so you get future updates. Click that bell notification.
Jesus.
Hit that, smash that like button. And share us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
I
blah,
think
blah, blah.
the really weird thing is to try and sell this after somebody's like sat through half an hour of us rambling. You know, it's like they're already in love with. If you're already there,
Yeah, you're so in love with us by now.
yeah, it's like we got our claws in you so deep.
All right, well,
See
tune
you
in next time.